All right, going to call this meeting to order. Roll call. I'm sorry, as soon as Mr. Barzis. Okay. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Graves.
Present.
Councilmember Sapir is absent. Councilmember Toll.
Here.
Councilmember Smith.
Yep.
Councilmember Fitzgerald.
Here.
Councilmember Roberts.
Here.
Councilmember Clark.
Here.
Councilmember Palumbi.
Here.
We're all in order tonight, too. Perfect. Pledge of Allegiance tonight will be led by Councilmember Graves.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next up is the approval of agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I just wanted
Councilmember
to
comments.
put item 12 on the regular agenda, please.
Okay, we'll remove item number 12 and move that to the first item on the regular agenda. Okay.
We just need, I don't know if we made
I screwed up.
the or the second.
I was the first, Adam was second.
But now I need to revert. Now I need to reverse those. Okay, will you take a to be technically right? Because you made the. Will you please take off the second there? So
I removed the second.
there we go, and then the first as well, right?
Yep, I'll take it.
Okay, or there's no. Okay, there we go. Okay, now is there a motion to approve the amended agenda?
I would move to approve the amended agenda, please.
There we go.
Second.
All in favor, please say yes.
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 Opposed? No. Motion. I'm sorry. Motion carries. Comments from the public. Anyone from the public wishing to speak this evening? Seeing none. Next item is the consent agenda. There's a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, please say yes.
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 Opposed? No. Motion carries. Next item, number 12, resolution approving release and settlement agreement with Star Development, resolution number 22077. This is, did you have a specific question, or you want to go ahead and go straight into a staff report, or?
Yeah,
that
a staff
Staff
report would be
okay.
helpful.
Staff report on number 12, Tom, that is the Star Development release and settlement
Okay.
agreement.
What do we want to, what's the question, I guess?
So my question, I guess, would be, I just kind of wanted to touch on this to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again. What happened was, just for the people watching at home,
Sure.
there's an apartment being built at 23rd and Swift, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm spelling this out for folks. So
Well-
they asked us to mark where the water line was.
And I think that Anthony and I have actually had that discussion, so why don't you address it though, Anthony? about-
Yeah, so the specific question is, what, not let it happen again, basically?
Bingo. Yeah, I just want to make sure that we have steps in place to make sure that, because this is going to be an expensive settlement. It's not something that's an insignificant amount of money. And so just trying to be a good steward of our funds, taxpayer funds, just make sure that we have some type of system in place moving forward to prevent this from happening again.
Sure. I think the two biggest things that we're going to be doing and are doing is training, for one, when it comes to locating, using our equipment, and just future best practices for things. The other thing is updating our maps. And in the last year and this coming year's fiscal budget, there's 3 different master plans, and there's water distribution, sanitary sewer, and stormwater. And each master plan has a component that updates mapping in the city. All 3 of those infrastructure maps are decades old at this point. Different developments have come and gone. Things have been taken out, things have changed, and updating those is a big part of those plans. So having that new information helps us prevent these things as time goes on.
I would ask, when can we expect that master plan to be done? Like, are we talking like a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now?
Yeah, they're kind of staggered. So the stormwater one is active right now. That should be done here probably towards the middle to end of next year. It kind of depends on how much data we get and what we find out. And then the water master plan or the sanitary sewer and water master plan are in this year's fiscal budget, which just started October 1st. So we're going to get those RFPs out, get some consultants on board, and start hammering those out.
Then the only other, I guess, suggestion I would have, which I don't know if this is feasible or not, but if in the meantime, in the interim, before we get this new plan, master plan, and maps and everything established, if someone were to ask the city to mark utilities like this, could we have some type of liability waiver or something along those lines where we would tell them, look, we're going to mark these lines to the best of our knowledge, but if we were to miscalculate, that's on you to verify where these lines are located. So if they were to strike, I would hate to see us strike some other line a year from now. The same thing happens, and we end up in some other settlement.
Yeah, typically, the issue with marking lines has nothing to do with what we just had happen. Typically, if the line gets mismarked in some way, someone strikes something and breaks it open. If it happens to be a water line, typically our guys repair that themselves. So it's a little bit different. This situation was pretty unique from the standpoint it was part of a construction project. Anthony, if you have anything else you'd like to add to that, please feel free to.
No, I agree, and yeah, but some kind of waiver, I mean, we could look at that. I think that's hard to do, but we can definitely,
I'll be glad to look into that, Councilman Graves.
Thank you. That's pretty much it for me. I just want to make sure it doesn't happen again. There's construction going on everywhere, as you can see, so.
Perfect. Councilmember Tull.
Who else could you possibly turn to mark these lines? It's us, right? So I don't know how we could waive that if we're responsible for knowing where the lines are, or is that just?
it would be hard to waive. I mean, that's, decades upon decades, different generations of knowledge that's passed down throughout time.
There isn't like a higher authority than us for marking those lines, right?
Right. Not these lines,
No,
that's
right.
correct. Here's the unique part about this really is, the guys marked the line correctly using the wrong set of maps. That's the mistake that was really made. Okay? So it wasn't like they mismarked it, because that's not where it really was, but they were using an old set of
It's a
maps.
mapping issue.
And when they did Northgate project, this line got moved, and when they did, unfortunately, they grabbed the wrong set of maps, an old set of maps that weren't applicable here. That's the easiest way to really describe it. So our guys knew what they were doing in putting the stripes down on the street, but it compounded it by the fact they were using the wrong set of maps.
Beautiful. There we go. Further councilmember questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve resolution number 22077?
Move to approve.
Second.
Second. All in favor, please say yes.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carries. Number 14.
An ordinance amending Title II TIF Commission, Bill number 7712, ordinance number 9509.
Thank you. This is an item that we discussed last meeting. What essentially happened is a confluence of two things. Clay County became a charter county, and their population at the census increased over 250,000, putting us under a different state statute in the way that our TIF districts are created. So this is the ordinance we talked about last week, and this kind of cleans up all that. Anything further from legal counsel?
No,
All right.
mine would have been a little quicker than that. I was going to make it very much shorter than that.
I'm not buying
That's
that
okay.
for nothing. No.
First reading.
Now you got me distracted up here.
Second.
Further council member comments? Seeing none, all in favor, please say yes.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carries.
An ordinance amending Title II Administration and Personnel of the Code of the City of North Kansas City, Missouri by creating a new Chapter 2.42 Tax Increment Financing Commission and amending ordinance number 6674 regarding the Tax Increment Financing Commission of the City of North Kansas City, Missouri.
I move that bill number 7712 be placed on second and final reading and pass as ordinance number 9509.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Graves?
Yes.
Councilmember Tull?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts?
Yes.
Councilmember Clark,
Yes.
Councilmember Palumbi.
Yes.
An ordinance amending Title II, Administration and Personnel of the Code of the City of North Kansas City, Missouri by creating a new Chapter 2.42 Tax Increment Financing Commission and amending Ordinance Number 6674 regarding the Tax Increment Financing Commission of the City of North Kansas City, Missouri. Item 15, Property Sale and Exchange Agreement, Walsh Door, Bill Number 7711, Ordinance Number 9508.
I don't want to take all this thunder, but this is essentially squaring off two different properties. We've discussed this with council before. This property is on the west side of approximately 16th and Burlington. This would square off the Walsh Shore property, the City of North Kansas City property that is around our well, and also give us access and a utility easement to said well.
Yep,
Would you have
pretty
something further?
Yeah, that's really good enough. The one thing I'd remind you is that we are also keeping for our water main, we are reserving in that deed that we transfer to the other property owner for Walsh Store, I'll call them, a water line easement. And as the mayor mentioned, we'll also have, they're granting us a 20-foot access easement on the west side of their property. And combined with another access easement, will give us legal access from 16th Avenue to our well field.
And I had to ask earlier, staff has no problem with this, right? This is good Public Works. Okay, there we go. Does Walsh Door have anything to add? No, sir. No, there we go. Perfect. All right, any further council member comments?
First
Seeing
reading.
none, is there a motion?
Second.
Second. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
An ordinance adopting and approving a property sale and exchange agreement between the City of North Kansas City, Missouri and the W4KC Group LLC regarding two small parcels of real property generally located south of the city's well field and north of the intersection of 16th Avenue and Atlantic in the City of North Kansas City, Missouri.
I move that bill number 7711 be placed on second and final reading and pass as ordinance number 9508.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Graves,
Yes.
Councilmember Toll,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts,
Yes.
Councilmember Clark,
Yes.
Councilmember Palumbi.
Yes.
An ordinance adopting and approving a property sale and exchange agreement between the City of North Kansas City, Missouri and the W4KC Group LLC regarding two small parcels of real property generally located south of the city's well field and north of the intersection of 16th Avenue and Atlantic in the City of North Kansas City, Missouri.
There we go. Number 16, approving accounts due and payable by the city through September 30th, 2022. Bill number 7713, ordinance number 9510.
First reading.
Second.
All in favor, please say yes.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carries.
An ordinance authorizing payment for certain accounts due and payable by the city through September 30th, 2022.
I move that bill number 7713 be placed on second and final reading and pass as ordinance number 9510.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Graves,
Yes.
Councilmember Toll,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts,
Yes.
Councilmember Clark, Councilmember Palumbi.
Yes.
An ordinance authorizing payment for certain accounts due and payable by the city through September 30th, 2022.
There we go. Thank you. Staff comments.
Does any staff member have a comment that they'd like to make?
I would like to make one. Thank everyone who attended the open house last Wednesday for the 14th Avenue and Diamond Parkway shared use path at the Rabbit Hole. I know it was tough not to let you tour around at Rabbit Hole, but I really appreciate anyone who made a comment and gave us your input. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I just have two quick things. The Citizens Academy begins this week on Thursday, and we look forward to introducing that next class. And we have gotten confirmation that the grant funding opportunity has opened up at the state, and we do intend to apply for River Forest Park.
There we go. There's some good news. Councilmember comments, starting with Councilmember Graves.
First off, I just want to mention there's an event this Saturday, the Faith in Blue Community Block Party at 2205 Iron Street. Is that at the Baptist Church parking lot? And that's a great event. If you guys want to come out, it's family friendly. Kids like playing with the police equipment and stuff like that. Come check it out. Are we having snow cones this time or treats? We don't know. Special treat. It's a surprise treat. So come check that out. Also, I just want to mention, there was no work session today, and I was kind of bummed out because I actually, believe it or not, like talking and I like working. And if you guys ever need ideas for new work sessions, I have like a whole list of stuff we could talk about. The public, I get questions all the time about the golf carts, and I'm told there is a work session coming up in November for that. So all of the people that keep asking me when golf carts we're working on, it's coming up in November. One other thing I briefly mentioned previously that I'll mention again, that I would like to see us at least look at and discuss is smoking in hotels. We've had work sessions and discussed situations with cleaning up our hotel stock here in North Kansas City. And in a roundabout way, I think there's a way that we can address the situation. In the state of Missouri, there are other municipalities I've looked at that have regulated the number of hotel rooms as a percentage that smoking is allowed. Some restrict it to 20%. I've even seen it down to 10% of hotel rooms where cigarette smoking is allowed. And they also regulate vaping. Some cities even require the hotel provider to have separate ventilation systems for rooms that have smoking and rooms that have non-smoking. So I know we have some hotels that we're having issues with down here, and I think that we've been looking at ways to address getting them to clean up their act, so to speak, and I think that this might be a way to do that. If we restrict the number of rooms that allow smoking, it will force them to clean up their hotels to comply. So it's something we should look at. And that's it. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilmember Toll.
No comments.
Councilmember Smith.
Nothing from me.
Councilmember Fitzgerald.
No comments.
Councilmember Roberts.
Nothing for me.
Councilmember Clark.
I'm excited for the Seminole Drive Halloween block party. It's going to be exciting. Thank you to Ward 4 member Katie Stokes for applying. That's a great effort. And thank you, Kim, for keeping an eye on that sweet grant that's out there. Let us know if you need anything. Make miracles happen.
Thank you. Councilmember Palumbi.
I just have a couple things. The first is my public safety announcement, which is please get your flu shots. It's flu season. They're available at all your local pharmacies. And then my second thing is I know there's a lot of construction going on Armour right now, and we're all equally annoyed and frustrated with it, but please be kind to the businesses and the construction workers and follow the speeding limits because, you know, everyone has to go through it, and we all need to be kind to one another.
Thank you. And I have nothing, so that'll leave number 20. Now I'm going to have to flush this out in public here because I forgot to do this before the meeting. Do we need this session? No.
Let's put it off till we have all of the numbers right in line. We don't have them yet together.
Anyone opposed to that? Okay. With that, next item is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, please say yes.
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 Opposed? No. We're adjourned.